What's up, YouTube? It's your boy. I am Alex. What? Back at it again with another video. Here to talk about it already being another day, August 24th, 2025. Yeah, I'm up late. He talked about three videos I was watching while up late gaming. And yeah, we're just gonna get into it. The first video, and I'll make sure to tag every video in the description. So if and when y'all want to go and see these videos, y'all can. The first video comes from Dak Shack 2X. Um, it was a group of black men and black women and stuff discussing, like asking each other questions. And I've taken notes, as you can see. But the first man, he asked the question: if your man see you wearing a dress, says or sees a little too short, I'm gonna need you to change. Are you gonna do that? And this is man four. We're gonna call him man four. The woman who's in a pink dress, dark pink, light pink, to each his own. I'm gonna change. It's whatever he says. Keep in mind. Um, I love to be dominated. I'm a very submissive woman. It's pink dress that says this, okay? Um, let's go over. And man number one. A lot of people referring him as the Anthony Mackie in the comment section. I find it hilarious. Call him Captain America. It's kind of funny now that you think about it. But this he says this girl wants you to go. The girls want you to go out. They invite you to a concert or the club, and your man's like, I don't want you to go. Are you gonna go? And honestly, this is what she says very hypocritical. She says it depends on how the sex was. What? What does intercourse with your man, if and when you have one, not judging, have to do about you going to the club or to the or a concert, Chris Brown or Usher, have to do with following with your man? Because you just said um, earlier that I'm a dominant. She loves being dominated, and she's a submissive woman. And for some of y'all who don't know the definition of those two words, I've written them down from Google. Dominant, have a commanding influence on, exercise control. Okay. Um, ready to conform to the. Oh no, that's not the one. But yeah, that's what that means. And we're gonna go to submissive, ready to conform to the authority or will of others. I didn't write down the word, but that's the definition of submissive. And if we want to go further, you know how you got those little tabs where it says like, oh, what does the meaning of this? What is this? And you click on it. I clicked on one and it says, what is the meaning of a submissive woman? One who follows, one who voluntarily yields power or authority to another, showing a willingness to accept their will, needs, and decisions. And obviously, she's showing that she's not willing to yield her power or authority um, to go to the club. And you, by you saying that, by what she said earlier, oh, it depends on how much good our intercourse words or how much I love you. you basically contradicted what you said at the beginning that I've started this video. So it's just like, what are we talking about? And honestly, it just shows that you're not a submissive woman, one, and you pick and choose when you want to be submissive. And it's like that's not how submissive being a submissive woman works. Sorry for stuttering right away. What else? Yeah. Um, just going through my notes. Um, and most women, they just only want to be submissive when it benefits them, and it's just like, what are we talking about? You know, because if men move in that same way, like I only want to be a leader when it benefits them, women will be having a problem with that, and they wouldn't like that. And there was other women in the video. One in the dark blue dress said like, "Oh, I love being free. I love being single. I work 16 hours. Who cares?" And it's just the one thing that made me question the dark blue dress. What? Why are you here at this dating event? However it goes, if it were you're saying that you like. I'm sorry, there's a gnat or something. You like being free and single. Why are you even at this dating event? Because you're obviously showing you don't want to be in a relationship respectfully. And just other stuff that was being said, I personally just don't agree with. Not whether it's Dak, whether it was Shaq was saying what he was saying, or in the video. And then this one girl in this dark red burgundy dress is talking a lot of stuff I didn't even want to write down, and saying how women, we're the ones that show reciprocation. No, you're not. No, you're not. Most women aren't even willing to fully be submissive to a man. And it's just like, no. And also, I heard how almost every guy in there who was at that dating event, they dated a single mother. To each his own. I personally don't recommend no man to date a single mother, because it's not like I've said this in my previous videos before. It's not like women are out here dating single fathers and really showing their reciprocation and much more. Thought I caught the nap. Anyways, so that's on them. If and when they choose to date a single mother, I don't think that you should, because at the end of the day, that woman is always going to make it about her child, whether he or she is grown, teenager, or adolescent child. So that's on them. And but yeah, another video I watched, American women are draining, go to Europe, and this is from Suereyya Brooks. Make sure you tag the video. Let's check on the time of the video. Get your passports. Get your passports. Honestly, uh, and after just what I've explained in the first 8 to 9 minutes of this video, why should any man have to put up with a woman who chooses when she wants to be submissive and when she doesn't? No, it's either you're submissive or you're not, respectfully. And no, this is not a video trying to tell men to just go to Europe, go to Pattaya, Thailand, go to Bali, go to China, go wherever you want to, but go to where you are appreciated and a woman is really willing to be a submissive woman to you and able to have a successful relationship and hopefully even marriage. Prenup, but you know, some people say it don't work, some people say it do. To each his own. And much more that was said in this video about the women here in America. Now I'm just talking about some or majority, not all. Some of them are stuck up. arrogant, self-centered, narcissistic, shallow, and materialistic. One a provider, but not willing to provide being a submissive woman or reciprocation. How does that work? Also, Europe, the woman in Europe, they acknowledge you. Now, I'm not talking about every woman in Europe because I haven't been there yet, but some will, and they have they work, they have careers, yet still they're down to earth. And if you want me to break it down, the meaning of down to earth, um, they're with no illusions or have a delusional thoughts or much more practical and realistic, humble. I mean, respectfully, I'd rather have that than have a woman that chooses when she wants to be submissive and says she's an entrepreneur and likes being single. Motherfucker, I'm get your ass. Anyways, but yeah, and much more. Europe women have, and this is what I'm about to say. I'm gonna talk about in another video about something that has been going viral. Europe women have no problem with coffee dates, a walk, and ice cream. You know, get to know the flavor. But still, that sounds a little bit more better um, of going on a first date than just spending 500, 200, $300 on a five-star uh, restaurant date. And at the end of the day, I mean, go to where you're appreciated. You know, whether it's Europe, Germany, or anywhere else, there's women out there that do like black men, like of my skin color, darker or lighter. So I mean, pick your poison at the end of the day. But personally, I just don't think men should deal with single mothers because, like I said earlier, women ain't out here trying to deal with single fathers. Like that's their deal breaker. Well, for us, it should be a deal breaker as well, not to deal with and have to date single mothers because at the end of the day, you as a single mother, you decided almost got it. You decided to have intercourse with a man before being married to him. Whose fault is that? Yours, not mine. And if and when you continue to do that and everything, you have nobody to blame but yourself, respectfully. And the last video I wanted to talk about is from Riva TV's channel. Um, she went over a video about Paul Pierce saying about what? Stop going after tens, get a five or a six. In my own opinion, when it comes to that, again, to each his own. Yet, I personally don't think a woman that is a five or a six, hey, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Whatever you find attractive, you go with. But one thing that you definitely need to do, check the hardware, the mindset. See if she's a westernized female or not. Because that, I will personally say that's one of the reasons why men aren't getting with women here in America and wanting to be with them, establish relationships, marriage, and much more. Of one, the provider, protector, do all this stuff for me, but do nothing back in return. No, because at the end of the day, it takes two to be in a relationship. But if and when she has a mindset where you need to do all this stuff for me, buy me a purse, buy me Gucci, and everything, no, because most of these women who say they're entrepreneurs and this and that, they can't even pay their own bills. They can't even manage their own lifestyle for themselves. And like that's just true stuff. Because if you say you're an entrepreneur or you work in 16, 18 hours and you still can't even afford to provide the lifestyle for yourself that you want, and you gotta get a man to do that for you, you're not that girl. And you definitely, what are you doing with the entrepreneurship? Nothing but BS. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's about a woman being a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 10 or anything like that. It's about knowing her mindset, and if and when she is that type of woman that is ready to be in a relationship, shows that she respects you and wants to be with you and everything. Because some women I've seen on podcasts, like the whatever podcast or much more, say they attend when they obviously show that they not. Being obese, big as a house, or overweight, and still want to call themselves a 10. Okay, okay. Ain't nothing wrong with being overweight if that's how you want to move, but don't think a man of the caliber you want is going to accept you being at that weight. Respectfully, respectfully, respectfully. Just giving my opinion here. And at the end of the day, it's just, yeah, go where you want. Because women nowadays, they want to be single while being in a relationship and still expect a man to be a provider, protect her, pay all her bills when she should be doing that for herself, and all this stuff. And it's just like, what does a man get in return? A 304, a promiscuous woman who gave up her box to all these guys? No, no. Now I'm not saying the women in Europe they virgins and they haven't either. There's a promiscuous women out there. There's women who are 304s, but I'd rather try my chance in another country than deal with the women out here. I mean, there's like honestly for me personally, there's only like two women I would want to try to date out in America. But other than that, if and when that doesn't work out, passport, here I go. And at the end of the day, it's just like no, because most women they don't even want to do their part in a relationship. They only want to receive the reciprocation and not give back in return. And to me, that doesn't make any sense. Respectfully, respectfully. But yeah, I just don't see how females think that is acceptable. You know, but and at the end of the day, brothers, stop dating single mothers. It is not your responsibility to pick up the slack and pieces of another woman when she put herself in that situation. She got pregnant by somebody when she didn't have to, and now she gotta do what she gotta do to provide for her child. Respectfully, respectfully. Again, it's not like women out here are dating single fathers lined up, you know, to date, to date them and stuff. Make your own choice and make a smart choice at that. Yeah, that's all I had to say. I don't want to keep myself up too late. I gotta knock out myself for the next day. But yeah, make sure to like the videos, comment, and subscribe. Because I do want to hear from y'all. And all the past videos I've been putting up today, y'all make sure to like them as well and everything. I'll be doing my thing, fighting and stuff on controller, playing the role Prince of Persia, which is a cool game, but it's just like a loop game. If you die, start at the beginning. Die, start at the beginning. But yeah, make sure you like the videos, y'all. And I'll catch y'all next time. Y'all get some sleep, and y'all have a blessed day. Weird Squad.